Okay, let's do one more midweek recap. So USD GPY still have the bullish bias. We did this. And by the way, for more details, just see previous outlooks, but it's just bullish on every time frame. And we are building some impulse correction and possible expansion. So what I was looking for is basically continuations. On 2 hours, it's clear reaccumulation. So we have bullish market, which absorbed some zone and is looking to take the high. 15 minutes. 15 minutes are not as clear as they used to be during previous weeks. As you can see, it's just boxy price action, big down impulses. But then on the market open, it gapped up, created this pullback, and then started basically, we can say this impulse correction and possible impulse to the upside. So I was just looking at 1 hour and 1 minute, and while it was building up, I was entering. The entry itself is average, and it turned out to be a loser. But the market made this correction, started impulse, correction, impulse, and through this next impulse I was entering here. So this was a 2-hour trade, and then price went down. I don't know. Let's see. So I say even here the entry from the zone and the ICI is huge difference. Yeah, so this is something I'm talking about in backtesting videos, is that when you are entering from the zone, often you will be chopped, or you will need to wait for a long time before actually the price develops. But also often with the ICIs you have more chances for like more immediate development of price. Okay. Yeah. And then when you have reaccumulations like it will be here, and you are waiting for some ICIs to develop, you will not be triggered in the trade so much compared to how you trade from the zone. So from the zone you can have more possible losers. So then I was not trading it, just watching, or just, I don't know, I don't remember, doesn't matter, but the bias was still the same, so I was just looking for some entry opportunities. However, you need to understand that throughout the week the price basically ranged, and so the further you go in this range on 1 hour, 15 minutes, the more unclear the price becomes. And so you need to either enter with really clear setups on confirmations, but again, it's better that the price will be clear and on confirmation and on middle time frames. So yeah, here I entered on this impulse correction impulse correction impulse, which is not bad in isolation. However, the basement is pretty wiki, and yeah, it's like average quality trades, especially if we consider what's happening on 1 hour, which is basically overextended. Yeah, it is kind of, I mean, yeah, we just finished the reaccumulation and now is possibly ready for one more push. However, at the same time, we made so many consecutive shifts and even reaccumulations that it would be wiser, I would say, just to stay away from this market for a little while, to give it the possibility either to create, like, you know, a move from here. So ideally, markets like this, you will trade either from like from this moment, or you will wait for a significantly higher move, and then maybe here So this will be better opportunities to trade, but here it's more choppy. I mean, of course, I'm trading lower time frame, so that's fine. But unfortunately, so this trade like went up down, and it was not showing any follow through. So I just closed it manually. Here I say that the move happened after the red news. Yeah, it happened after the red news, created impulse correction, and I was waiting for the price to reach for 150, but it just on the news it tapped me, and then I created this instant loser. So yeah, on backtesting session, I would just like, you know, click through this unclear period, and I was actually not trading it. So this was today. I'm just showing that if you consider this as a big possible distribution, then entries like this could be signs, you know, like extremely early, but signs for entries. And this entry in itself, they are really clear, you know, impulse, correction, impulse, impulse, correction, impulse, and they provided 2 hour entries. I was waiting for bullishness, and I'm just saying this that mainly the problem with this entry is that the session is low volume, 15 minutes is clearly against me. I mean, not clearly, we can still consider it as a possible reaccumulation to go higher. However, honestly, this is choppy, and this is a big move down. So yeah, but yeah, remember, I still do emotional things, and I'm still working on the quality. So it played around, and it never went to take profit. Oh, it actually went to take profit. Yeah, this was a profitable trade, but it was like a really really hard one, you know, it was really choppy. So I got a tap into the next trade, which I expected to have here. So we have impulse correction, and through the high I was taking it. However, now at this point we had 7 breaks, as you can see, consecutive to the upside. So this is overextension. 5 minutes are looking better. So this is how 5 minutes is looking. Reaccumulation, impulse, correction, possible impulse. But this trade, it just tapped and then immediately went to downside. And yeah, sometimes it's important to, it was a buy stop, you know, but if I was watching actually the entry, I would see that the price action is not like momentum based. It's just really slow, and overall we are losing this momentum. So we are expecting reaccumulation. So I don't know. Then we had this up move. I decided, okay, we have 5 minutes zone. We have impulse correction. Let's try it. And it never worked. Then once again, I entered through this impulse correction, impulse. However, in reality, everything should be basically ignored here. So it also was a loser. Then we had news. News were good. We had a move through the 150, and I said, okay, maybe this is a time for a breakout, and actually it was. However, then some Japan. So in a usual environment, I'm sure the price will continue higher. And it's interesting that I know, because I have it in my journals, that I traded the same situations, you know, during like maybe 2 or 3 years before that on UJ, where it was actually near the all-time highs or just significant highs, and I was just shorting as hell, you know. But now I'm just expecting it to break higher and higher. However, there is an intervention. As you can see, we can go from the fact that we are breaking 150, and I know it from previous year. So when during previous year USD GPY approached, so this was a really significant high, and so when it approached it, it underwent maybe 3 or 5 interventions. So when the price just like goes, and then just nothing happens, just in 1 minute it goes like this. I mean, maybe not like this on the daily, but on 1 hour like this. Then again, it starts to build up, then intervention, you know, like out of nothing. And even once, since I was shorting it like hell, I caught this move, so it was like instant 1 to 10 or 1 to 15, but then I basically lost it on another emotional trades. And yeah, here right after the take profit, it went to this crazy intervention. Yeah, it went like this, and then into expectable sideways range. So yeah, and there was a lot of times when I was trying to enter it to force things. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not saying that now I'm good, but yeah, probably better. Here I was looking for longs on GBP, GPY, so impulse correction, impulse, didn't want to take profit just a little bit, but here it was natural. Middle time frames are in a possible distribution, unclear, boxy, and if anything, we are establishing some bearishness. So, and we, by the way, at this moment we tapped into the zone, and we already showed the reaction from the zone, and we are breaking the low. So to be honest, these were bad entries. They were basically based from 5 and 1 minute, and they were not counting on the context of higher time frames. Then, so this is just a quick example. On Euro GPV, this was not a trade, this was a trade. It was based off 5 and 15 minutes. Maybe even, oh yeah, actually it was based a little bit about daily. And daily, what we can see here is this big consolidation. However, lately we started to hold these 2.0s and this move, and now possibly starting to go even higher. This is on daily. On 4 hours, bullish trend into fractal reaccumulation and starting to build up. 1 hour, overall, like really messy. So usually I don't trade Euro GBP, but here on 15 minutes, I just saw this range, and then the price like started clear move, correction, impulse through the correction on 15 minutes, and one more correction here. On 1 minute, it looked like this. So it looked like a pretty sustained up movement, though very, very choppy and pretty shitty. Then more clear up movement, reaccumulation, clear impulse, then choppiness, and then this impulse correction into the zone, impulse, and through this correction, while the price was moving up, I bought it. Session was not optimal, not the clearest base, and EU holiday, but I took it, and it went to take profit 2R, then went to 3R, is just for the journal, and then started to go to the downside, creating some impulse correction, impulse, and basically that was the start of the week. What we had here is some possibilities from US 30, but I will not go too much into them because check backtesting with ICI, it has some good examples, and I hope I will show some more better and better examples in the future. Okay, bye.